It's a chance to increase testing and minimize exposure in critical care facilities. Let's Get Checked has developed the world's first two-stage coronavirus test to help frontline healthcare workers tackle the COVID-19 pandemic more. Here to discuss is Chief Medical Officer at Let's Get Checked, Dr. Robert Mortkin. Good morning, Doctor.
Good morning. Thank you.
It's really remarkable what your group has been able to do. Tell us more about the process it has taken to develop these screening kits.
Yeah, it's been a monumental effort for sure. We're a company that started in 2015 with the premise that there were real benefits to home testing for lab collection. Benefits like safety, obviously, convenience, anonymity. And so that was the premise that the company started on. And so when the pandemic came along, we were perfectly positioned because of our experience and infrastructure to pivot specifically into COVID testing. But it's been a lot of work, with a worldwide pandemic. Obviously, all portions of the supply chain get affected.
So what is so unique about this one?
Well, the thing about our kit that we think separates it or differentiates it a little bit is that our kits actually contain two components or two tests within our single kit. The two components, the first component is what's deemed a rapid test. This is a test that's done off of a blood sample, a self-administered finger stick, where the individual would self-collect a drop of blood. They put it on the rapid test, which is a test strip essentially. And within 15 to 20 minutes, we'll get a visible positive or negative result. That portion of the test is looking for the presence or absence of antibodies. These are things that our body's immune system produces when there has been an infection, exposure to the virus, things along those lines. The second component of our kit is a test that's probably more familiar to people that have been following the media over this course, and that's the Swab Collection. So this is an oral or pharyngeal nasal swab collection that gets into a container after being collected and gets overnight transported to our own lab, where we will, once it hits our lab, be able to turn a result around in 48 hours or less. This portion of the test, the swab test, is doing PCR analysis that looks for the presence or absence of the actual virus. So our kits contain really two tests in one.
What's the accessibility like? How easy is it for people to get themselves screened?
Well, we've made a commitment as a company from the outset to try to get these kits and tests into the hands of those that we feel need it most first. So healthcare workers, frontline workers, people along the supply chain, keeping things moving. And so that's the access right now. In terms of the ease of having it performed, it's quite straightforward. It does currently still need to be overseen or administered by a healthcare professional as it currently exists. But we have submitted under the emergency use a request to the FDA for the ability to do this as a self-administered without the supervision of a healthcare professional. When the FDA will grant or potentially grant approval for that, I think is still unknown. We're hoping any day, but until we have that, they do need to be done under the guidance of a healthcare professional, but they're easy enough to do by oneself.
Big question, how much are they and where can frontline workers get one?
Yeah, good questions, both of them. So again, early on, a commitment was made by the company to essentially be able to produce and distribute these at cost. The feeling is to be in the right place at the right time to help the most. And so the cost to do so is $129 a kit. In terms of how does somebody get access to them, because currently they do need to be administered through supervision of a healthcare professional, we are doing so in terms of distribution only through established channels that we currently and previously had in place. So large insurance relationships that we have, large business insurers and business delivery companies. Eventually, we do hope to pivot to our our core consumer, which is a direct-to-consumer model, but we're not sure when that'll be available. Again, we need the FDA to help with that. But we are scaling production rapidly. We've already shipped tens of thousands of kits and hope to be producing a lot more, or expect to be able to produce a lot more in the days and weeks to come.
And where can we go for more information?
So I'd invite them to continue to follow through either directly at our website, LetsGetChecked.com. They can look for updates there, and as well through our LinkedIn page as well for Let's Get Checked on LinkedIn.
Dr. Robert Mortkin is Chief Medical Officer at our sponsor, Let's Get Checked. Thank you so much for this information. And for more information, just head to the website right there on your screen. Sean and JJ return after the break. Stay with us.